had that one viewer, and that viewer made me keep going. And each day and more, week 2, I started averaging 4 viewers. Week 3, 8 viewers. Week 4, 20 viewers. So on and so on and so on. So then my sophomore year, I kind of gave up on school.
Right.
I kind of gave up on school. I kind of gave up on everything that I had to my old life and just put everything into my stream. I streamed every day. I didn't care about nothing else but YouTube streaming.
You guys won't believe this, but iShowSpeed used to be dead broke, getting grounded all the time just for playing video games at his mom's place. Yeah, I'm serious. When people see Speed today, they see this wild rich YouTuber who's obsessed with Ronaldo. But that's not how it started. Speed came from a rough background where he wasn't supposed to make it, but when life kept knocking him down, he just kept getting back up. Today, I'm breaking down exactly how iShowSpeed went from having nothing to becoming a multi-millionaire. Let's get into it, the rough beginning. Let's rewind to where it all started. iShowSpeed, whose real name is Darren Watkins Jr., was born on January 21st, 2005 in Cincinnati, Ohio. His childhood wasn't easy at all. His parents split up when he was really young, so he was bouncing back and forth between his mom's house and his dad's house with his 2 siblings. If you've ever lived in a split household, you know how messy that can get. Growing up, Speed was really into football. It wasn't just a hobby for him, it was his escape from all the drama at home. Football gave him something positive to focus on when everything else felt chaotic. He was actually pretty good at it too. Speed said if YouTube didn't work out, he'd probably still be playing football today. But life had other plans, the first YouTube attempt and failure. In March 2016, while still in middle school, Speed created his YouTube channel. But here's the thing, he didn't even upload his first video until over a year later in December 2017. It was just a basic NBA 2K18 clip, nothing special. By 2018, Speed decided to try streaming Fortnite. This was a huge mistake because Fortnite was absolutely exploding at the time. Everyone and their mom was streaming Fortnite, and way more talented creators were already dominating the space. Speed's content just got buried. Nobody could find his streams. He wasn't showing up in search results, suggested videos, or anywhere. Speed was frustrated, but he didn't give up right away. He tried switching to Twitch to see if that platform would work better. It didn't. After all these failures, Speed said forget it and quit streaming completely. He went back to focusing on football and school. He was in 8th grade when he first tried YouTube and 8th grade when he walked away from it. The comeback that changed everything. Fast forward to 2020 when COVID hit and everyone was stuck at home. One of Speed's friends who was streaming at the time told him, "Bro, you should get back into streaming." His friend was making content, so Speed thought he'd give it another shot. His friend eventually stopped streaming, but Speed, he kept going, and that decision changed his entire life. This time around, Speed started streaming NBA 2K, and things actually started working. By June 2020, he was gaining about 150 new subscribers every week. 6 months later, that number jumped to 1,000 new subscribers per week. This wasn't luck. Speed figured out the formula. The secret formula, pure energy. Here's what made Speed different. YouTube cares about 2 main things: how long people watch your videos and how much total time people spend watching. The longer you keep people entertained, the more YouTube promotes your content. With regular videos, you can edit things to keep people interested. But with streaming, you can't fake it. You need real personality and raw energy. Speed had both. His streams were absolutely insane. Non-stop energy, trash talk, rage moments, laughter, chaos, and of course, his signature bark. You never knew what was going to happen next. And that's what kept people glued to their screens. This was also happening during lockdown when everyone was stuck at home with nothing to do. People were watching Speed's full streams. We're talking 2 or 3 hours at a time. When YouTube sees people watching for hours, the algorithm goes crazy and starts pushing that content to everyone. That's exactly what happened with Speed. The clip farming strategy. Speed's friend, who originally got him back into streaming, stopped making his own content and became Speed's manager. Together, they came up with a genius strategy. They realized people loved watching Speed rage and freak out, especially when viewers would donate just to mess with him him and get a reaction. Fans started clipping these crazy moments and posting them on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. These clips were getting tens of millions of views, sometimes way more. Each viral clip would send more people back to Speed's main channel. This is what people now call clip farming. You make long content, cut it into short clips, post them everywhere, and hope they blow up. For Speed, they were blowing up constantly. Between March and May 2021, Speed went from 50,000 to 300,000 subscribers. Then in June, he started doing something different. He showed his subscriber count live on stream. This turned his growth into a game. On June 22nd, when he was about to hit 400,000 subscribers, people started unsubscribing just to troll him and watch him rage. It worked. 2 days later, at 500,000 subscribers, they did it again, Speed lost it, and everyone loved it. But here's where it gets absolutely insane. June 26th, 600,000 subscribers. June 27th, 700,000. He went to sleep, woke up on June 29th near 800,000. Then in just 12 hours, he rocketed to 1 million subscribers. The very next day, June 30th, he hit 1.5 million subscribers. In less than 24 hours, he gained 300,000 subscribers. That's not normal growth, that's viral explosion. Branching into music, as Speed kept growing, he started making music, in the mom drama. But here's where things got complicated at home. Speed's dad loved what he was doing and supported him fully. His mom, not so much. She hated all the cursing, the chaos, and especially the hate comments she was getting online because of his content. She kept telling him to stop streaming. Speed refused. This was his shot at making it, and he wasn't going to throw it away. Things got worse and worse between them until finally his mom kicked him out of the house. Speed moved in with his dad in Detroit, and honestly, this might have been the best thing that could have happened to him. Now he could create whatever content he wanted without anyone stopping it. As time went on, Speed grew so big that people weren't just watching for Aden anymore, they were watching for Speed. He stepped out of Aden's shadow and became his own huge star. By the end of 2021, Speed had 4 million subscribers. Speed was huge in America, but he had a problem. Nobody outside the US really knew who he was. Then, during a random stream, someone asked him who his favorite soccer player was. Speed said Cristiano Ronaldo, and that clip went absolutely viral worldwide. This was genius because Ronaldo is the most followed person on Instagram and soccer is the biggest sport on the planet. Speed leaned hard into this. He started playing FIFA, doing soccer content, and trash-talking Lionel Messi while praising Ronaldo. This created massive controversy and got him attention from soccer fans around the entire world. During the World Cup, Speed said he wanted Argentina to lose because they had Messi. When Argentina won, Speed literally burned their jersey on stream. People were furious, but it was all part of his plan. He got millions of eyes on him. The best part? Speed's content works in any language because you don't need to understand English to get it. His physical comedy, his reactions, his energy, it's all universal. That's how he built a massive global audience. Eventually, Speed's dream came true. Ronaldo's son was a huge fan of Speed's videos, so they arranged a meeting. When Speed finally met Ronaldo, he completely lost it. This moment went viral everywhere and boosted his reach even more. In 2024, during a stream in Indonesia, Speed broke the world record for most concurrent viewers. Over 1 million people watching at the same time. That's insane because most of the previous records were set during COVID when everyone was locked inside. Speed did this in 2024 when people could actually go outside and do things. Speed got so big that Hollywood directors started blaming streamers like him for why people aren't watching movies anymore. He became a new age celebrity. Not a traditional movie star, just a kid streaming from his room, and he's only 19 years old. So how much is Speed actually making? Let's break it down. On June 22nd, when he was about to hit 400,000 subscribers, people started unsubscribing just to troll him and watch him rage. It worked. 2 days later, at 500,000 subscribers, they did it again. Speed lost it and everyone loved it. But here's where it gets absolutely insane. June 26th, 600,000 subscribers. June 27th, 700,000. He went to sleep. Woke up on June 29th near 800,000. Then in just 12 hours, he rocketed to 1 million subscribers. The very next day, June 30th, he hit 1.5 million subscribers. In less than 20 24 hours, he gained 300,000 subscribers. That's not normal growth, that's viral explosion. Based on average donation rates, he's probably making $52,000 to $70,000 per stream after YouTube's cut. Over a year, that's between $7.5 million and $13.4 million just from donations. With 32.5 million subscribers, his most viewed video has 236 million views. With YouTube's payment system, he made roughly about $324,000 from that one video alone. Across all his channels, he has over 7.6 billion total views, which means about $11.5 million in ad revenue after YouTube takes their cut. But that's just ads. Speed also makes money from live stream donations. Based on average donation rates, he's probably making roughly $52,000 to $70,000 per stream after YouTube's cut. Over a year, that's between $7.5 million and $13.4 million just from donation. YouTube memberships is about $482,000 per year, which is crazy for a young guy of about 21 years old in 2026. Now, music streaming isn't even added yet. Around $66,000 to $88,000 per year. Sponsorships? Probably $100,000 to $250,000 per deal. If he does one sponsorship per month, that's $1.2 million to $3 million per year. TikTok, even though he barely posts there, he's making about $415,000 per year. Add in his $10 million house in Florida and his $500,000 car collection, including custom Lamborghinis with Ronaldo's number 7, and Speed's total estimated net worth is around $55 million. After taxes, he's taking home about $34.6 million. The final message. Think about this. Speed started in a messy bedroom in his mom's house, getting grounded for playing video games. He came from a broken home. His first YouTube attempt completely failed. His mom kicked him out. Statistically, he shouldn't have made it, but he kept going. Every time he got knocked down, he got back up. He turned his chaos into content, his struggles into success, and his haters into motivation. Now he's 21 years old with tens of millions of dollars, traveling the world, meeting his heroes, and breaking records. Speed's story proves that where you start doesn't determine where you finish. It doesn't matter if you fail the first time. It doesn't matter if people don't believe in you. What matters is that you keep pushing. Even when you think there's no way, there is a way. You don't have to be an OF model to be rich. Let Speed's story be inspiration to us all. That's how you go from broke to rich. That's the iShowSpeed story.